Hey everyone, Rob here with today's Western Pacific weather update. It's currently the 1st of June, so the official start actually of the Atlantic hurricane season. But out here in the Western Pacific, we have already seen several tropical systems, and it does look like another one is firing up. This is now a tropical depression just towards the east of the Philippines. So let's dive right into this. And it was actually declared a tropical depression by the Japan Meteorological Agency on the 31st here. And if you're not quite sure, we'll just take a look at this. You have that clear circulation of a tropical system, plenty of inflow coming in from the south, a clear cyclonic circulation actually around the northern periphery, a little bit of dry air and working its way in out of a high pressure towards the north, but all in all it does have a lot of very strong cloud tops within the middle of it here, and I would not be surprised if the PAGASA and also the Joint Typhoon Warning Center out of Pearl Harbor actually jump on this and call it a tropical depression within the next several hours, if not the next day or so. But as it does push off towards the north, what the main problem is going to be is some heavy precipitation here towards the east coast and also the west coast of the Philippines, due mainly to a lot of these feeder bands pushing across the Philippines. But I also want to show you here, this is astrometry. It shows the motion of the waves and their heights really taken by a satellite, and what you can kind of get is a clear indication of the winds over the system. And what it is showing actually right here is about 15 to 20 knots on the eastern periphery of the storm. But what really you can take from it is that clear cyclonic circulation yet again. So if the satellite imagery doesn't really kind of get it for you, this one obviously will. In this system, it definitely looks like, at least going in the next several days, it could develop more so. And that's what I want to show you here on our high resolution COAMPS model. And you can see it actually pushing off towards the north here, going through the next 24 hours. And also this model has it deepening rather quickly. Look at that, down to 976 HPA in a very short time period. And all that inflow coming into this storm to help it intensify will be pushing across the Philippines. And actually, just in the past 24 hours there in Visayas, there was a rain report up to about 96 millimeters. And on the west coast in Luzon, just south of Manila, up to 106 millimeters were recorded there. Thus, there was several reports of flooding there in Manila as well, especially in the metropolitan area. Actually, GMA and ABS, the news stations out of that region, were reporting on almost knee-deep water in some of the roadways. So with the system working its way up the coastline, it definitely will be continuing to bring these rains, and also the risk of landslides in some of the interiors of the Luzon, even down towards Visayas. But this is just a ensemble outlook, or a multi-model outlook of the Philippines here, and also winds above 20 knots. And what I can say is that it does look at least like the max sustain or those straight line winds associated with the system, as it does develop, should remain well off the coast there before it pushes off towards the northeast. And then the southern Japanese islands, including Okinawa, you're going to have to actually be watching this going in the early part of next week as it does push off into your direction. It does look like some actually fairly gusty winds and heavy rainfall will be coming with it on your Sunday going into Monday. So definitely throughout the next 48 hours, we will keep you very closely posted on this system as it does push off there towards the north. But at least for as far as the Philippines, the main threat there is going to be that heavy rainfall. But once again, I do want to reiterate that this is still in the early stages, even though personally I do think that the system is going to develop into a significant tropical system, if not a typhoon or even stronger than that. But we're definitely going to be continuing to watch it here. But this is the Joint Typhoon Warning Center's outlook on this, and they do have a TCFA pushing off towards the northwest. Once again, I would not be surprised if they upgrade this to a tropical depression in the next 6 to 12 hours. While JMA, or the Japan Meteorological Agency, the official forecasting agency for tropical systems in the Western Pacific, is already calling this a tropical depression, and in their forecast, in just the next 24 hours, they expect this to reach tropical storm strength. They don't go out any farther than that, but I can say that at least going out 48 hours, on their weather map outlook, they actually have a fairly strong tropical storm at 996 HPA, max of 40 knot winds just east of Luzon and pushing off towards the north. And as it does push continuing to the north, it should grab that stationary boundary, and that should hook it off towards the northeast. Like I was saying though, the southern Japanese islands, including Okinawa, if it does do this, you will be seeing some gusty winds and heavy rainfall. But the good news is that it should actually spare the Kanto Plain and much of eastern Honshu here from the significant precipitation as it does get wrapped up with that stationary boundary. But like I was saying, still very long range. We're going to continue to watch this, but that does seem like the most plausible explanation or forecast for this system. And that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, as always, please post them in the comment box below. And please also discuss these topics at our forum as well. Plenty of information flowing there between these updates that we have been putting throughout the day. And also, I do want to remind you that these updates are not official. Please refer to your official agencies, either PAGASA or the Japan Meteorological Agency, on these tropical cyclone warnings out here in the Western Pacific, as those could be also mandating evacuations or just advisories on your local area. So always very important information going there as well. All right. Have a great day. Bye.